Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your boy Alyx Man's WWE Stomping Grounds review and results podcast. We're going to talk about the matches, the show, going to break down the good stuff, the bad stuff, all that jazz. It's going to be all here. It's going to be all good in the neighborhood with your boy Alyx Man. And if you like what I have to say and you want more, you know what to do. Like the video and subscribe. And while you're at it, if you want to help expand the brand of your boy Alyx Man, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at AlyxManVX1. You can donate using PayPal, Patreon, or Super Chat. But most importantly, you can buy yourself a Alyx Man t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. And if you want to send me some business inquiries or just to say hi, email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com. That's justalexsworld@gmail.com. So, let's just call it like it is. The hype for Stomping Grounds was trash. It was garbage. And it was so garbage that WWE for a short period of time had trouble selling tickets. The low ticket sales were noteworthy throughout the week. And it didn't really get better when the show aired. Matter of fact, if I can pull up this picture real quick. This is literally a picture of the arena. Half the arena has been tarped off. It's just a big curtain covering half the arena. That's basically the hard camera side. That's pretty bad. That's kind of embarrassing. Not kinda. That's really embarrassing. And it's one thing not to sell out, but I don't know if, I'm just saying, I don't know if New Japan Pro Wrestling or AEW has dealt with this as of lately when it comes to their shows. It might happen in the future. When it does, we can talk about it then. But I think it's kind of funny that WWE or WWE Defenders are the main ones coming up here talking about, well, WWE has these numbers. WWE does this. They sell out this arena. They sell out that arena. And here they are struggling to sell out Stomping Grounds, which, let's be real, that's a terrible name. But it's always something you hear as a wages of fan WWE. This is where the big boys play. We sell out arenas here. Well, not only are you not selling out arenas, not only are you having trouble getting people to come, but it's almost like fans had to be bribed into coming into your shows. I saw reports that they gave away tickets for free to fill up these seats. That's not good. That's pretty embarrassing. With that said, I gotta give credit where credit is due. I thought the crowd tonight, the people who were there, were great. They were loud. They were energetic. They loved basically everything except for the last half of the show. Matter of fact, I think the attendance is a great visual of the show. First half was pretty good. First half of Stomping Grounds, I thought was a very strong show. The second half was the complete opposite of that. Not strong at all. Started good, ended very poorly. That main event was brutal. And we kind of figured it would be. But I kind of had the suspicion that things weren't going to turn out so well when fans started to say, and I really want to stress this, because I love y'all, and I love you to the point where I have to call out your BS. But at some point during the show, I can't remember exactly where it was, but at some point during the show, I literally saw fans on Twitter saying, this is the pay-per-view of the year. And I was like, whoa, guys, what's going on here? Where is this coming from? Understand something. I had not been watching Raw and SmackDown for the last, 3 months? I haven't watched a full episode at all. And I'm proud of that, really. I'm very happy to say that I've been able to, not deal with the crap like you guys have. With that in mind, I know some of you have been religiously watching Raw and SmackDown, meaning you've been given and fed a ton of crap by WWE. And given that logic, I can tell that this came across a bit better to you than it did me.
Stomping Grounds was a bad show for the most part. But hey, at least it was mercifully short compared to other WWE PPVs.
And see, right there, Spinosaurus, I just want to point that out, what you just said. You're talking about something that shouldn't even be a positive. Oh, the show was short. It was shorter. It was 3 hours. I'm assuming that's a positive? Oh, it's 3 hours. Oh my goodness. The 2 thumbs up. And see, that's what I'm talking about. I haven't been watching Raw and SmackDown, but I can assume it's been the absolute shits. It's been awful. Sitting through 3 hours of Raw and 2 hours of SmackDown to get to this show, to get some inkling of amazing, good to great wrestling. It probably made y'all feel like, oh my god, euphoric. It's like that homeless guy that goes weeks without eating anything. He's just walking down the street, begging for money, begging for food, hasn't eaten a damn thing, and then all of a sudden someone gives him a cheeseburger. That cheeseburger is gonna be the best damn cheeseburger he's had, in his mind, ever. Because it's like, oh my god, this is the best cheeseburger I've ever had. But that's only because he hasn't been fed a lot of cheeseburgers. And that's why I see some of you fans who are watching WWE religiously when it comes to this show. I can tell y'all haven't been given a lot of good wrestling. You don't watch NXT, you don't watch AEW, you don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, you don't watch anything but WWE. So, to you, I'm pretty sure Stomping Grounds was the pay-per-view of the year, which I have to question, how bad has Raw and SmackDown been for people to really say this is the best pay-per-view of the year? I mean, some of y'all are saying it's good. I can forgive good. Matter of fact, people who are saying it's good, I can forgive a little bit more, because that's basically what I expected. You've been basically given horrible shows for the last few months. So to get a show that's at least somewhat entertaining probably comes across to you as good. Now, as time goes by, your standards will lower. I promise you. Because when AEW starts getting its weekly shows off the ground, and, we get more into the SummerSlam portion of WWE, things are going to start picking up. You won't remember this show. Matter of fact, calling it right now, I give it 2 months. People won't even be talking about Stomping Grounds. It'll just be a distant memory. But recent reactions had me worried. Because if people are calling this the pay-per-view of the year, then Raw and SmackDown must be absolutely horrible. Because that means you haven't been given good wrestling at all on these shows. But we'll get into the pay-per-view in just a second. Let me just say what's up to the following people. Shout out time. We got Ultra Shadow 97. Chris, is it Topher? Chris Topher. We got Trish Stratus Crew. Malik Hitz. Is it Malik Hiltz? No, Malik Hiltz. Ernest B. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. AJ Envoy. Ebony Black. Let's see here. Johan B. What's up, Johan? Noxduru Blaze. The Big Dog. EJ Johnson X. We got Joseph Winters. We got Shivam. Is it Shivam or Shivam? I like Shivam. Probably Shivam. I don't know. Mr. Shivam, or Mr. Shivam. Rari Kitty Balloon Acorn. I love that name. The Black Nostalgia Nerd. NK. Everyday Jam. That's a new one. What's up, Chase? 5677. Jose Ortiz. Taylor Styles. I think I said your name right. Young Tissue. Jonathan Ayala, Adam Ritter. Let's see here. Eric Gonzalez. Let's see. My goodness. This is Zion Smith. 813 South. They're coming in like hotcakes now. Kenny Porter. Jaren 3442. Justin Long. Culture Shock. True Fire 901. Scorched Asuna? Is it Scorched Asuna? I think I said your name right. If I say it wrong, I apologize. Jordan Williams, James H. One more. Let's do one more. Xavier Gowan? Is it Gowan? Or is it Gowan? I think Xavier Gowan was the right way to pronounce it. In M2. Alright. If I don't say your name, it's not because I hate you. Thank you to... how many people do we have? About 201 people here in the live chat. That's pretty cool. 201 people here live. That's awesome. I hope you guys enjoy the review. And once again, I am prepared to get slammed in the comments. Because I know a lot of people are suspecting. They are suspecting me to say this was a good show. And I'm here to tell you, it really wasn't as good as you probably think it is. Not because, and again, I'm not trying to say your opinion sucks. I'm not. If you thought it was good, I'm happy you enjoyed yourself. But I think the reason why you thought it was better than what it really was is because basically Raw and SmackDown have been garbage. Because I have been watching Raw and SmackDown, so I was able to go in with fresh eyes. And quite frankly, in my opinion, middle of the road show. Started off good, ended very poorly. I thought the main events were both disappointing. The real main event, the main one, was brutal. Utter trash. Just utter garbage. And Seth Rollins up here on Twitter talking about some WWE has the best wrestling in town. Heh! Really, Seth? He said it on Twitter. He literally said on Twitter that WWE is the best wrestling company alive. And I'm like, bruh, if you're talking about the main roster alone, I don't know if Vince McMahon paid you to say that. Maybe he told you, I'll give you a short raise. I'll give you a short raise if you say this. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you're not entitled to your opinion, Seth. But if you call this the best wrestling in town, I have to question your viewpoint on wrestling going forward. Because, I'm sorry, although NXT is a part of WWE, I suppose, you was referring to the main roster. You wasn't referring to NXT. So, NXT is better, New Japan Pro Wrestling is better, AEW is better, and that's just 3 companies. I haven't even gone to the other promotions. So, I'm going to need you to calm down, Seth. Next time you come on Twitter talking about WWE main roster is the best game in town, I'm going to need you to back it up. You tried. You really tried to back it up. Unfortunately, the company didn't help you out. And that's the reality of the situation. So, once again, I got to give credit where credit is due. Thought the crowd was hot tonight. Where were they? Was it Tacoma? Tacoma, Washington, right? So, Washington, first off, always a great state for wrestling. Has always been one of the highest crowds, especially Seattle. Love it when they go to Seattle, Washington. But Tacoma brought it today. Good crowd. Although it was half full in the arena, the people who were there clearly loved wrestling. Commentary, I don't even think it's worth discussing at this point. Commentary sucks. Main roster-wise. NXT, phenomenal. But main roster, bleh, pretty freaking bad. Alright. Let's go ahead and get to the show. We kick things off with the kickoff match. Triple Threat Cruiserweight Championship. We got Tony Nese taking on Drew Gulak and Akira Tozawa. And I gotta say, I thought the match was great. I feel like 205 Live has found its niche again. Ever since they lost, Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, and Buddy Murphy, I kind of feel they've been in a lull. Like, they've been trying to find themselves. And now, because they've gotten Chad Gable and they're starting to get back on their feet.
Emo, the only good matches were the tag title match, Joe versus Ricochet, and the Cruiserweight title match. Every other match was bad or very forgettable.
According to my ratings, I agree with you, Spidersaurus. If you look at my ratings, basically the match. Well, I'll give you both tag matches. I really enjoyed the New Day versus Owens and Sami Zayn too. So the tag matches, the Cruiserweight Championship match, and then the U.S. title match. Those 4 matches I thought were the only good things about this show. Everything else fell apart big time. But getting back to the Cruiserweight match, great match overall, fast pace. I thought all 3 came out looking like pros. Tony Nese, to me, I can see he really wants to be seen as someone to be taken seriously. And I get that. I get that aura from him. He wants to be something bigger, something better than what he is now. But I still think he needs a little work, so I'm kind of happy they took the title off of him. I thought this was the perfect time to make Drew Gulak the man. Drew Gulak, to me, is by far the best performer on 205 Live. As of right now, Chad Gable, I think, could quickly take over that spot. And if they bring back Cedric, Buddy Murphy, and Ali, which honestly they should, more than likely Cedric and Buddy Murphy, things will definitely heat up. But I would love to see what they do with Drew Gulak now that he's champion. I think this new, darker direction he's going in should be interesting. So I'll be watching 205 Live this week to check things out. So congratulations to Drew Gulak for becoming the newest Cruiserweight champion, and here's to a better 205 Live. We kick things off on the main card with, if I'm not mistaken, the Women's Championship match, the Raw Women's Championship match. Yeah, it was. Becky Lynch taking on Lacey Evans. It was decent. I just kind of feel like, and although I've been giving her credit for, playing her role very well, Lacey Evans is still pretty green when it comes to the in-ring aspect. She's getting better. But something was off. I didn't know what was off with her in terms of her match with Becky Lynch, but they weren't clicking. I can tell they were trying. But something's not working with Lacey Evans and Becky, and I think the sooner this feud is over with, the better. They need to get away from each other. Lacey needs to do something else because it's not working at all. Becky retained, thankfully. I'll say it was decent. I'm not saying it was terrible. I won't say it's something you should go out of your way to see. But if you happen to watch it, you won't hate it. So, there you go. Becky Lynch retains. The next match is a non-title match. Non-title tag match. New Day, which is Big E and Xavier Woods, taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And although this match had literally no hype behind it, it was still a good match because of the performers. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with the New Day, or in this case, Big E and Xavier Woods, there was no way this match was going to suck. I feel like because they were able to go out there and just have a match with no restrictions, they were able to show the world that, hey, we're some of the best performers on the show. So there you go. I thought the match was really good. And to my surprise, Owens and Sami Zayn won. I predicted New Day to win because I thought they were involved in a story, especially with Kofi, so there was no reason for Kevin Owens and Sami to win. So when they won, I was like, okay, not bad. I'm happy you gave them the victory, which is probably why I like the match even more. So yeah, your winners are Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Moving on to the United States Championship match, which I believe is the match of the night. Samoa Joe, the champ, taking on Ricochet. I gotta say it. Ricochet, if you haven't already known by watching Lucha Underground or NXT, but Ricochet is an unbelievable performer. He is incredible inside that ring. The fact that he was able to make Samoa Joe look like a beast. I haven't seen Samoa Joe look this good since... has he ever looked this good in WWE? I don't think so. Not the main roster. Not even on NXT. I might have to go all the way back to his TNA days. It's been a while. I won't put a stamp on it. I won't make a comparison. I just want to say, Ricochet made him look like a monster. Samoa Joe came across like a freaking main event player in this match. And if they are planning to use this match to launch him into that main event scene again, I'm all for it. But man, what a performance by Ricochet. If you have not been won over by Ricochet yet, I don't know if you ever will, because he was phenomenal in this match. The way he sold for Joe, the bumps he took, man, it was great. It was, for a fan of Ricochet, it was one of those things that made me smile, because I've always been worried for someone like Ricochet. Ricochet is one of those indie wrestlers who, I said, man, he's awesome, but when he gets to WWE, I don't see him being successful, because they're going to limit him. They're going to tell him he can't do this, he can't do that, and then next thing you know, he's lost in the mid-cards and right back on the indie scene. But no, he's surprisingly working out very well. They haven't limited him too much. He's still a highlight reel. He's still going in there, bumping his ass off, and he's winning championships. He is now the new United States champion. And if things are looking the way I think they are, when Rey Mysterio returns very soon, we could be looking at Ricochet versus Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam, which, by the way, if we do that, I'm all for that. All game. Or we could be doing a triple threat. Joe, Ricochet, and Rey. Who knows? I'm all for it. For real. Give it to me. Give it to me. Ricochet and Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam? Let's go. Like, who wouldn't pay to see that match? But yeah, definitely match of the night. I don't think anybody's gonna dispute that claim. So there you go. Let's move on. Move on to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, which is featuring Heavy Machinery versus Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. But before I get to that, I did want to mention something. So when Ricochet won the championship, the cameras following him backstage to the gorilla position.
Maybe I'll go back and re-watch it, but the Cole and Sammy versus New Day match did nothing for me because it had no build and it was a last-second match.
I mean, look, keep this in mind. This is strictly my opinion. This is strictly how I felt about it. And I'm a big fan of all four talent, so maybe I liked it a little bit more. And I am going in with fresh eyes. I haven't seen Raw and SmackDown. I have not been watching the product as much. So maybe I'm more forgiving of things than some people are.
There's some food for thought. If WrestleMania was in Seattle and Bryan was cheered and Kofi was booed with the same storyline, would you be surprised?
Yeah, because for me, even if Bryan was in, Washington for WrestleMania, that story was told so well. Even I think Seattle would have booed Bryan. I think they were doing such a great job telling the story. They would have had Bryan's own hometown boo. That's just my opinion.
But if you liked it, cool. I respect your opinion.
Awesome. Appreciate it. But getting back to what I was saying, when Ricochet won the championship, we go backstage to see former NXT talent, which I at first was like, why are all these people randomly applauding Ricochet? Charlotte, who's a heel, Carmella, Heavy Machinery, and then freaking Zack Ryder, and I'm just like, what? Why are y'all here? I don't get it. And then it hit me. Oh yeah, the former NXT call-ups. Okay. Sure, it was a bit of a stretch with Charlotte, but okay. But it was then solidified to me when Triple H walked in and, hugged him, showed him some love. It's really cool. It's really cool seeing his babies, because that's what they are, Triple H's children, be successful on the main roster. So, all right, we even got a small appearance from, what's up with that? Yeah, Shane Helms was in the picture. Gregory Helms. Is it Shane or Greg? Who cares? Next match is the Tag Team Championship match, SmackDown Tag Team Championship, which features Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan taking on Heavy Machinery. That's Otis and Tucker. So, quick question. When are Daniel Bryan and Rowan going to get those leather belts replaced with hemp belts? I'm still waiting on my Tag Team Championship hemp belts. Where they at? Where my hemp belts at? Why you keeping me waiting? Why y'all keeping me waiting on that, y'all? Come on. They should have been here already. I want my hemp belts. Matter of fact, someone messaged Brian. Hemp belts. I want them soon. Because it looks like they're going to be champions for a while. Get rid of those leathery belts. But, as you would imagine,
Mania is different thought because it has fans from all over the world. So it wouldn't just be fans from Washington.
I mean, yeah. So it's really hard to imagine Kofi not getting the right reaction, the reaction he got at WrestleMania, regardless of where it was. But Bryan, for sure tonight, got a hero's welcome. They loved Bryan. He was straight up babyface. Him and Rowan. This crowd was chanting, please recycle, throughout the match. It was awesome. The yes chant came back. And Heavy Machinery, they were booed. And, I was a little bothered by that, because I love Otis. I like Otis and Tucker. And I hate that they were booed because hometown hero and stuff like that. But to their credit, they made it work. They didn't let it bother their performance. They stayed the course. They were able to work with the boos. And I thought they impressed. I thought Heavy Machinery really showed out tonight. They had a really good match. A really good match with Bryan and Rowan. And I gotta give Bryan some more credit, because it's not like I give him enough credit, right? My favorite wrestler right now. It's incredible seeing him able to work with literally anybody and everybody. Whether it's the main event with Seth Rollins, or in the middle of the show with Heavy Machinery, and still manage to pull off some of the best television of that night. This was phenomenal. I loved every second of this tag match, not just because of the crowd.
They chanted drive a Prius lol.
Yeah, drive a Prius. They did. They actually did chant that too. So the crowd was great. So I even liked when Bryan was kicking Otis, and I don't want to say he hulked up, brother, but he no-sold it and did his little dance with it when he was being kicked. I don't care what anybody says. I love Otis. I love Heavy Machinery, and I always will. I just feel like, for me, I just wish this match had more hype. I have been watching Raw and SmackDown, so maybe it did have hype, but this feels like one of those matches that was just thrown together at the last minute, which sucks. Because with the right kind of story, this could have really been something special. And who knows, maybe we'll do it again at SummerSlam. I say we wait. We hold off the rematch until SummerSlam. Make them earn it. And then give them the belts when it matters. Because then I think the match will be even better. So, I'm very, very pleased with this match. Bryan wins with a small package, because he's the king of the small packages. And yeah, that was easily one of the best matches of the night. Credit to Rowan too. I thought Rowan looked really good For a big man his size, yeah, he worked extremely well. Tucker as well. I thought Tucker hit a very nice moonsault. That was very, I won't say Kurt Angle-esque, but it was pretty, if you will. So, by this point in the show, I'm thinking, damn, I'm really enjoying myself. I feel like the wrestlers are showing out. Maybe the wrestlers read the complaints, they saw the previews on YouTube, me, and, you know, they heard the criticism and said, you know what, nah, no. We're not going out like that. We know we got AEW breathing down our necks, and we already have NXT overshadowing us. We ain't letting this happen. We ain't letting this happen. We're going to go out here, we're going to have an awesome match, and that's the end of it. So, okay. Sure. I was like, all right. I mean, you're impressing me so far. And as soon as I said that, we get Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's Championship. One more
time. Tag title match was low-key one of the best matches of the night.
Agreed. Nothing else needs to be said. But then we get SmackDown Women's Championship match. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. And I shouldn't be shocked because I don't think these two have ever really had a strong match, a good match. But I was hoping maybe this time around they would show out. Maybe this time around we would get something special from them. We didn't. It was Raw / SmackDown quality, guys. It wasn't good. Alexa Bliss never impresses me inside the ring. I never feel like Alexa Bliss is quite frankly able to have a match above solid. She's not someone I like for her in-ring ability. I'm sorry, it's true. She's not someone I see having 5-star quality matches. She's really someone I see being more of a talker, being someone that creates a story, a valet. And as time goes by, and I'm not seeing any improvements, it's starting to sink in that Alexa is just not good inside the ring. Bayley tried her hardest to make it work, and I appreciate them for trying to add some story element to this, with Nikki Cross being brainwashed or manipulated by Alexa, like she manipulated Nia Jax, who quite frankly is an idiot. Sorry, Nia Jax. How many times did they break up and get back together? Like 10,000 times? And then she wants to get angry at Alexa for turning on her at WrestleMania and starts crying. Get the hell out of here. Yeah. I don't understand why anybody would be Alexa's friend, but here comes Nikki Cross. Oh, she's misunderstood. I appreciate the story, but at some point, we have to really just question why anyone would want to be her friend. She's clearly not trustworthy, but whatever. Nikki tried to interfere, but ended up backfiring on Alexa, costing her the match. She took a suicide dive for Alexa. No! She did the whole, no! Pushes her out the way, took a suicide dive. And despite all that, Bayley, still ends up getting the victory because, Nikki snaps and tries to attack Bayley, distracting the referee and allowing Bayley to get the advantage and pins Alexa Bliss. Finally, this is the first victory Bayley has had over Alexa Bliss, I think. I'm sure. I'm positive. Yeah, from what I can remember, this is the only victory Bayley has over Alexa Bliss. So, yeah, not a match I would go back and watch. Just not a good match. Sorry. I'll be nice and say a C. I'll say average, because I can tell they tried to at least have something of a solid match, but wasn't working. Sorry, ladies. Just like this next match, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre with Shane McMahon at ringside. Was this match better than their WrestleMania match? Yes. Because their WrestleMania match...
match was mad at best. But I have to give Bayley credit for taking that flip power bomb outside the ring. That looked brutal.
Yeah, again, they tried. And I think Alexa took a sick sunset flip power bomb into the turnbuckle. So, they tried. It just doesn't work. I just think these two aren't meant to have good matches. They're just not. And that's okay. Some people just don't work well. Like Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. As I said, this match was better than the WrestleMania match, but their WrestleMania match was literally one of the worst matches of the WrestleMania card, if not the worst match. I think one of the worst matches. I can't remember what the worst match was. Doesn't matter. This was decent. I can tell they were allowed to do a lot more things. I really like it when Roman Reigns does the suicide dive over the top ropes. That never gets old. Even for someone like me who is not that big of a Roman Reigns fan, I pop when he does that suicide dive. That is awesome. But is it just me? Or is Drew McIntyre losing a lot of momentum as of lately? I don't know what it is, but ever since they made him Shane McMahon's lackey, he's been looking pretty dumb. He's been looking pretty weak. And it's sad because I thought at some point this year they were going to go heavy on strong push. Guys, understand this. At WrestleMania, when Seth Rollins won the Universal Championship, I said in my head, okay, McIntyre's first in line to fight for the championship. Which would have made sense. It would have been great for him to do that, but no. Instead, we made him Roman Reigns' bitch, and then made him Shane McMahon's lackey, or Shane McMahon's bitch, so he's just a bitch to everybody. And then all of a sudden, the guy can't beat Roman Reigns, even with interference. I don't care what anybody says. McIntyre not being able to beat Roman Reigns with interference when Shane McMahon can do it, I think that's insulting. I think that is poor booking. And I thought we were done with this. I thought we were over this. Because remember when McIntyre was first in WWE and he was the chosen one? And then he got put with 3MB? Yeah. And then he left and came back and I said, you know what? I think they're done not giving him, not giving this guy a serious push. And then all of a sudden, Vince McMahon gets a hard on for his son being the best in the world, and then he decides to make McIntyre his lackey. And now I'm just like, God damn it. Y'all.
Drew and Roman are good wrestlers, but they clearly have no chemistry together.
They don't.
This match was proof of that.
Absolutely. I agree. These two just don't work with each other, man. It's okay. Like, sometimes people just don't have good chemistry. For instance, I never thought Hulk Hogan and Undertaker had good chemistry ever. I've always thought their matches sucked. I've never seen them have one good match. Have they had great matches, amazing, even classic with other people? Absolutely. But together, they just don't work. That's just how it is. And sometimes when you put people with the wrong pairing, it doesn't matter how hard they try, it's just not going to work. Water and oil don't mix. They just don't mix. And Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns are water and oil. They just don't mix very well. Decent match, but it's not a match I would go back and watch again. And Roman Reigns beat McIntyre, so what's the point? And, oh wait, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter because guess what? Tomorrow night on Raw, we're gonna have Shane McMahon and McIntyre take on Reigns in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Why? You tell me, because I don't get it. Why are we still doing this? Like, who's this? Who does this help put over? Oh, I'm pretty sure McIntyre will win this one because it's 2-on-1. And they wonder why people hate Roman. And it's not even that they hate the performer. It's their booking of him. They're clearly protecting Roman to set him up for a WWE Championship match down the line to fight Shane McMahon. And it's clear as day, which really upsets me because I feel like things would be a lot better if you just had him lose. Imagine if Roman Reigns lost the WrestleMania match and then he lost this match, along with him losing to Shane McMahon. Yeah, and you can still tell the story that he lost unfairly and stuff like that. They cheated to beat him. Now you have a story. Now it's all about Reigns getting his revenge, getting his win back. You have something to work with there. So then you can then set up him returning to his, returning to his prime, returning to getting back his spot and stuff like that, what he was before the leukemia hit. Then you have something to tell there. There's no story to tell with this. Reigns is just dominating them. Makes you wonder why he's not champion now. You have to, my goodness, tell a story. You have to tell a better story than this, WWE, if you want people to care. But whatever. I just suspect that people are going to watch regardless, so they don't care anyways. It's so stupid. So, decent match, but I am not happy with Roman Reigns going over there. So, it was at this point I started reading people, as I said before, at the start of this podcast, people saying this is the best pay-per-view of the year. And I said, guys, I don't know. I'm not feeling the rest of the show. Because it wasn't looking good.
Also, Drew has been a lackey ever since he came back to the main roster. First he was Dolph's lackey, then Corbin's lackey, now he is Shane's lackey.
He's just a bitch to everybody. He's everybody's bitch. When he should be a main event player, and that sucks. NXT understood that. Whatever, man. Moving on. Main events. We had the steel cage match for the WWE Championship and then the Universal Championship match with a special guest referee. Steel cage match. Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston. Literally the 10,000th match. 10,001 match. I don't know if it was the stipulation or just the fact that I'm just burnt out with Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler, but I thought this was boring. I didn't like the match at all. I mean, when you have a steel cage match, anytime you have a Hell in a Cell or steel cage match, in my opinion, someone's got to bleed. There has to be some inkling of blood. Because that's what makes these matches dangerous. Even if it's minor. Just a minor cut. When you have a feud as serious as to warrant a steel cage match or a Hell in a Cell match, we gotta show it. And I don't know. I just kind of feel like we didn't get a lot of it. We didn't get a lot of that personal grudge in this match. And I don't know. It could also be the fact that I just don't buy Dolph Ziggler as a champion no more. They have bastardized Dolph Ziggler so much that I just can't buy him being successful at anything. We already knew the moment they put Ziggler with Kofi, he's just a stand-in to get Kofi to SummerSlam, where Kofi will fight Shane McMahon. And then Extreme Rules will probably do him and Ziggler again. If not him, Ziggler and Kevin Owens. In a triple threat match. It's very sad seeing how they're using Kofi for this run. They gave him one of the greatest wins at a WrestleMania. In terms of the WWE Championship, easily one of the best wins in WrestleMania history. But the reign is not living up to that victory. I feel like the reign's pretty weak, and his match with Dolph Ziggler was pretty weak. The only good thing about this match was the ending. I really loved how he won the match. You see the door open, you see Ziggler crawling out, and then you see Kofi just dive out of the ring above him to make like that baseball safe victory. That was awesome. Other than that, not a very good match at all. They've had way better matches than this. I'm sorry. I just think Ziggler at this point in time is it's just not what he used to be. If they ever wanted to make Ziggler a main event player, it should have been in 2012 or 2013 at least. When he was healthy, when he was motivated. He's not motivated in 2019. You can tell the motivation is gone and he's just doing it for the money. You can tell. He's not motivated as he once was. He is not the Ziggler I became a fan of, at least. But I should at least be happy that Kofi is still champion. I suppose.
Kofi was thinking, I believe I can fly when Dove.
I believe he can fly. I think he can fly too. Yeah, man. Sorry, I didn't like the match. I thought it was kind of boring. But I'll be nice and say it was average. Again, I'm being very nice with this match and the women's SmackDown match. I thought those two, especially these two matches, I really should be giving lower grades to. But I know they tried. So I'll be nice and say average. I won't be nice with the main event, though. So I would just say this right now. If you thought the show was good, good for you. I say turn off the video now. The rating, the overall score for the show is down below in the description. I want you to go to bed with this feeling.
WWE title match was bad, but that ending was great.
Agree, Spinosaurus. But I want you to go to bed with this feeling that you got a good wrestling product. Because if you continue to watch, I will ruin it for you. Because what I have to say for this main event match, I promise you, will make you think a show that you thought was good is not as good as it once was. It's not as good as it is. So I'm giving you the chance to save yourself. Turn off the review, go to bed. Because from this point forward, I have no more Fs to give. You've been warned. 3, 2, 1. The main event was awful. Baron Corbin ruins everything. And I'm sorry, the performer, you can say what you want about the performer, he's trying. I don't give a damn. We have to be done with Baron Corbin main events because every time this man closes his show, it always ends up being very subpar. He just sucks as a main event player. He doesn't work. So stop it. Stop. There are just some people who are not meant to be main event players. Corbin is one of them.
Rant time.
You know it, baby. Rant incoming. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this obsession with Baron Corbin. You wonder why the arena was half full tonight? Look at this. That was caused by Baron Corbin. It was caused by Baron. No one wants to see him be champion. It's bad enough that you had him retire Kurt Angle, which, by the way, is already insulting to my intelligence. But now I'm hearing that we're going to get Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins again for Extreme Rules. Why would you even think about doing that match after seeing how bad this one was? We have to be done with Corbin. No more Corbin main events. I'm done. No more. Put an end to this run with Corbin in the main event scene. For the love of God, please put an end to it. He's not working. I don't even know what his character is. Does he even have a character? He wears a suit. He has whole, apparently, I don't know what they're doing. He's just garbage. He's trash. It's gotten so bad. I can't believe I'm saying this. I actually prefer Roman Reigns. I just said that. I actually prefer Roman Reigns over Baron Corbin. It's gotten that bad. I despise Corbin so much that I would rather see Roman Reigns. That's saying a lot. So with that in mind, Baron Corbin comes out We see Seth Rollins walking out with a steel chair, doing this stupid story where I'm gonna attack whoever is your referee because I'm a badass. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it can only be a few people. It's either Shane McMahon, it's either Paul Heyman, or it's Brock Lesnar. Because those make sense. Those make a lot of sense. I'm thinking maybe Brock Lesnar. I think we all kind of thought Brock Lesnar. Kinda. You know, he comes out, special guest referee, and then decides to cash in when the match is over with, right? So, we're waiting. And then Baron Corbin proceeds to announce that the special guest referee is Lacey Evans. And I found the nearest wall and did this. Banged my head against it. That actually kind of hurt, but I banged my head against it. Because I'm just like, oh my God. You know what this means, right? We're gonna be seeing Becky and Lacey Evans continue their feud probably all the way until SummerSlam. And not just that, but we're gonna be force-fed Becky and Seth Rollins' relationship on TV. And quite frankly, look, I think it's adorable that these two are a couple, but why are we using it? Why are we plastering it on our TV screens? Why are we calling Seth Rollins Becky's boyfriend? Yeah, that's exactly what he needs to be called right now. What a way to make him look like a main event player. Oh, look, it's Becky's boyfriend, Seth Rollins. Seth, Becky's boyfriend, Rollins. Matter of fact, we should just chant that. Becky's boyfriend. Becky's boyfriend. That's what I said. That's what I say, man. Because Rollins wasn't coming up here talking about some main roster is the best wrestling in town. Boy.
The only thing I liked about the main event was Becky coming out at the end, even if that means the Becky versus Lacey feud is going to continue. The rest of the match was boring and dull as hell.
Whatever. And I was reminded by Ultra Shadow that I did predict Lacey Evans. I was joking. That was a joke. I didn't think they would actually do it. But they did. And the crowd hated it. They took a steaming dump on this match when Lacey Evans came out. This is stupid. A rare chant, especially in Washington. This is stupid. Even AEW, all during a Seth Rollins match. How ironic that the same guy talking about some, well, we're the best. We got the best wrestling in town. Yeah, you're the match. Your match is the one getting the AEW chance. You're the match that gets the this is stupid chance. Ironic, isn't it? But just getting into the match itself, even with that, this match was dull. This match was boring. This match was just aggravating. Because I'm sitting there, first off, telling myself, okay, what is taking Becky so long to get her ass out there? The screw job was in the moment Lacey Evans showed up. Becky should have jumped out there immediately. And I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, where is Becky at? There's no kind of interest to this. Lacey Evans sees Baron Corbin using the chair. She's looking at her nails. Pretends not to see it. And then decides to make it a no disqualification. I didn't know she could do that, but okay. Just says the match was no disqualification. Whatever. And then Rollins gets slapped by Lacey Evans, gets low blowed, and then that leads Becky to come out and attack Lacey Evans, which was like, thank God, get her out of there. And as soon as Lacey Evans got taken out, here comes the regular referee, curb stomp, 1, 2, 3, Rollins wins. And then we see Becky and Rollins being a couple, at the end of the show, raising each other's hands, hugging, and then she slapped Rollins' butt. And I'm like, oh my god, just make out already.
Baron should go to pursuing the IC title instead.
Oh my goodness. I just don't understand at all what the obsession is with Baron Corbin. But I got some good news. Not really. It's horrible news. But if you're a WWE fan and you actually like this, I got some good news for you. I'm predicting right now, tomorrow night on Raw, if not tomorrow night, then at Extreme Rules, we will have a mixed tag match. It will be Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Winner takes all. Wherever team wins, walks away with both belts. That's the stipulation. I'm calling it right now. It either happens tomorrow night on Raw or it happens at Extreme Rules. You don't think it will happen? Watch it happen. Watch it happen. I'm calling it right now. Jesus Christ, that was a horrible main event. Damn, man. Y'all couldn't stick the landing. Y'all were doing so good. WWE, you were on the verge of doing some good things, but you just couldn't stick the goddamn landing. And you bombed miserably.
I like Seth, but it sounds like he has drunk the WWE Kool-Aid. Either that, or he is trying to score brownie points with Vince and HHH.
He's probably trying to score some brownie points with Vince. But, oh my goodness. I just want to be done with this main roster crap because I'm fed up. This is the main event. The ending of it just reminded me once and for all.
I would have laughed if someone said just at Far Ed.
Far Ed. Just F already. I got what you're saying. But watching that main event made me realize, see, this is why I don't watch the main roster anymore. This is why I'm just done with it. I'm done with it. It's just the same bullcrap over and over again. Overall, again, the show was middle of the road. You had some good things, some great things. But then it was counteracted with a lot of bland, boring, horrible stuff. The wrestlers tried to make it work. They really did. They put the effort in. But overall, I guarantee you, I give it 2 months, no one is going to remember Stomping Grounds. So to everyone saying it's the pay-per-view of the year, I feel sorry for you because Raw and SmackDown must be awful. You must be watching nothing but Raw and SmackDown. No AEW, no New Japan, not even NXT or 205 Live. You must just be watching Raw and SmackDown if you thought this was show of the year. That has me worried. So give me your thoughts about the show down below in the comments. Hashtag if you watched it all. Hashtag watch it all. I watched it all if you watched it all down below. What grade would you give the show? Let me talk to you on the live chat before I go.
Shane and Baron are ruining WWE.
The booking of Shane, I do agree, is getting obnoxious, but Baron Corbin especially is killing the show. Yeah, let me read some of your comments. Let me see what people are saying about the show. What do you guys think? How did you feel about the show overall? EJ Johnston X says, all the writers and Vince need to go. There has to be one booker. Well, Vince needs to go. The writers can stay. Let's see here. Everyday Jam gives it a 3 out of 10. Oh, that's bad. That's a D on my scale. Let's see here. Malik says he's not watching any indies, which is probably why he thought this show was good, because he doesn't know what good shows are. Sorry. Love you, buddy. Robbie Kitty Balloon Unicorn, C-. I agree with that. Aaron Sherwood gave it a C. M-Tube23 gave it a C. Chase gave it a C-. Sam Katz gave it a D. Oh yeah, Mr. Crash gave it a 4 out of 10. Notorious MMA 16 gave it a D+. Oh my goodness. Adam Ritter gave it an F. Oh my god, y'all didn't like this show at all. Super Saiyan Blue gave it a C. The Lone Wolf gave it an F+. Yikes. Avengers fan gave it a 2.5 out of 10. That's not good, guys. These are some poor scores. NK gave it a 7 out of 10. Okay. That's positive. M223 gave it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Oh, Firestar Heart gave it a 7 out of 10. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a C+, I think. Let's see. King Switchblade gave it a 3 out of 5, which is a 7 out of 10. Or a 6 out of 10. Yeah, 6 out of 10. That's, what, C-? Undisputed Era gave it a 1.5 out of 5. That's basically a 3 out of 10. Oh my goodness. This is not good. 6 out of 10. Gave it a C or a C-. Firestar Heart is giving it a B-. I mean, we're all, you know. Everybody is entitled to their opinions. I thought it was middle of the road, honestly. Yeah, so overall, most of the people in this live chat are giving it some pretty low scores, other than a few who thought it was good. And again, I love y'all, but I have to question if some of that has to do with you watching a lot of Raw and SmackDown and seeing those shows as average when they're really just awful. And since you've been fed a lot of crap for so long and you think that's normal, when you get a show like this, which is just average, middle of the road, you think it's better than what it really is. So, guys, that's it. That's my review on Stomping Grounds. I'm not going to keep you up here any longer than I need to. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, give me a hashtag. I watched it all down below. Give me a like. Subscribe. Help your boy, the Lex Man, get to 30,000 subscribers. Keep donating. Keep showing some love to the channel. And I will see you guys next time right here in your boy, the Lex Man's World. I love you. You guys take it easy. I'm out.